Okay, so we're getting ready to do our Muertos altar. And the first thing I did was go out into the yard and get as many of the flowers that were still there to decorate the altar. The traditional flower for Dia de los Muertos, beautiful marigold. And I don't have a lot of those, but I do have a lot of yellow flowers symbolizing life, symbolizing the sun, symbolizing rebirth. And so you want to gather together some flowers. They don't have to be live, but you want your altar to really reflect the beauty of life. We've already talked about the flowers, and I hope you guys have been putting some flowers together so you'll have that for the altar. So the first question is, where should you put your altar? Well, it has to be a place that's inviting and a place that's visible, right? So for the last 20 years or so, I've had this hutch in my dining room, and Our Lady Guadalupe is there, which is important to me, and it's also a good place to put all those little cards of the people that have passed on before you. So this is where I like to put it, and then I had to have an annex because, you know, at my age, so many people have passed on. So this is a beautiful repeal of my sister Margaret. So it's an heirloom for me. So you got to pick the place that's important to you. And then I put up an arch because if you notice in the movie Coco, people come through arches. It's just a way to be open and say bienvenido and come in. So I just did it with lights, but my point to you is be creative. You know, make things up and do it. This is your altar. This is your ancestors. It's only for you. And we talked about gathering your pictures. Well, I have my pictures divided up in the way I'm going to organize my altar. This is my mother and father and my brothers and sisters who have passed on. Then we have cousins and, you know, relatives. And over here, I have close friends that have passed away. And so I'll organize my altar with different areas, you know, of pictures and stuff. We talked in the other video about mementos. This belonged to my sister, Mary. This little thing belonged to my mother. This is my sister Maggie's rosary. This is my grandmother's hanky, her Bible, and her thimble. And this is my friend Rebecca's beautiful scarf. So I saved those things. And then what do you cover your altar with? Well, I'm very fortunate because in the old days, women used to wear mantillas to church. They had to cover their heads. So I have one from my mother and two of my sisters, and that's what I'm going to use to cover the altar. So find something like a mantel from your grandmother or something, you know, that's from the family to put that there. You have to have candles. I got the 2 Guadalupes at the dollar